Hi, good afternoon. My name's Keith. I work providing training courses in mental health first aid. The best way to describe that is if you're familiar with a physical first aid course, it's very similar, but around mental health, and it's available for anybody 16 years and above, because we all have mental health, so therefore we could also all have mental health issues. And essentially it's teaching people to be the first responder in the same way as you would with any physical ailments. What do I like about the course? Well, essentially it's the people. As I said, the course is designed for anybody who's 16 and above. And what that enables me to do is work with a wide variety of people, people that are in all walks of life and at all levels, whether they're a member of the boardroom or somebody on the shop floor. This applies to anybody. And it's that I really enjoy about it, is meeting so many different people in so many different settings. I get to travel quite a lot through the UK as well. And I work with a wide variety of organisations. We run courses for individuals to come and sit on if they wish, but we run a lot of in-house corporate courses as well. We work with people like the NHS, Air Ambulance, but also charities such as Comic Relief, large corporates like IBM, retailers like Oliver Bonus, food, KFC, so a real wide range of people. In the corporate life, we also work with schools and colleges and as I said, health institutions. So a great range of people, and that's the real fun, getting to meet people, hear their stories, get to know them, particularly on the main course, which is a 2-day course, the first aid course. Then you get to know people quite well. And I find that I learn every day. I learn by talking to people, by hearing real life experiences of what's going on. And that's what I really enjoy about it. No 2 days are the same. I work for myself, so I'm also master of my own destiny in terms of how I spend my time. So I'm able to get a very good work-life balance now. Which enables me to, take time off when I want. I book courses when I want. If I don't want to, then I don't have to. So I really enjoy that aspect as well. And I think deeper than that, I really, I'm very pleased to be able to do something that at some point is helping people. Many people have fed back to me after the courses on how they've been able to help other people, told me stories and anecdotes of how it's been very useful. So that's really rewarding to be able to do something that is giving back. How did I get into it? Well, there's 2 questions really. One, how did I get into training? And the second, how did I get into the mental health aspect of training? So my first real foray into training, I was working in recruitment. And I took a role training unemployed people and helping them trying to get into jobs. The course was IT training, but way back we were just training Microsoft, to show you how long ago it actually was. It was in the 90s. And we trained people, and our role was to try and help them get back into employment. Once I'd got the job, it was revealed to me that I was required to actually run job search sessions with people. I'd never really trained, but there I was having to write and design courses on things like preparing CVs, interview skills, techniques, and things like that. So I found myself put in front of a group and having to learn really the hard way and really the deep end. I say the deep end because quite often the people on the course, although they were unemployed, some of them weren't actually that keen on working, and to come just to learn IT didn't really want to be on a job search session. So I learned quite a lot about having to handle people that were hostile is not too strong a word. Some of them were hostile, and many of them just apathetic perhaps. But of course there were many people that were genuinely interested as well. This was in a stage of relatively high unemployment, and there were people with long-term employment issues, which also in a way was my first introduction to mental health, because there were people there who came on the course with other things that were preventing them from working. And in some cases that was mental health. So that was my first foray into doing any kind of training. And then as I moved on, I moved into other recruitment roles. I got involved in staff training. I was doing induction training. I was training people in sales, training people in recruitment skills, back to the interviewing and things like that. So throughout then, I was working with staff, trying to develop them and help them along. We also developed some side issues to offer to our clients, so courses such as working with people being made redundant, outplacement schemes, so I ran those as well at all different levels. So I've got a lot of experience in front of people and in the corporate world, but not particularly around mental health until actually only about 5 years ago. I came across an organisation called Southampton Action for Employment. And by this stage, I was working on a freelance basis, had some free time, master of my own destiny, as I said earlier. And I thought I'd volunteer some time to actually help them out, fully expecting that they would say to me, Keith, come back, come and do some CVs for us or help these people with interview skills, all the kind of things that I'd done previously. However, I was wrong. I was very wrong. Once again, this organisation worked with people who were quite a long way short of employment. So they were actually running a course called Choices, which asked people to look at how they looked at life really and how they approached their own personal situation. And it was based around something called CBT, which stands for Cognitive Behavioural Therapy. And I was amazed. I was gobsmacked by the results in a very, very positive way. To give you an example, a lady came on the course who hadn't left home on her own for about 15 years due to anxiety issues. And within coming to the course for about 5-6 weeks, she was actually coming on her own on the bus. So I was really impressed with this. I really got, it piqued my interest, I suppose, in mental health more than it had previously. So I volunteered with them and worked with them for a time, and again, got a lot more experience in front of groups. And somebody then pointed me towards an organisation called MHFA England, or Mental Health First Aid England, who are the accrediting body for the courses that I run now. So I looked into that and went off and did their training course. And I've now been running these courses for about 2 years. There's 3 different courses, a half day, 1 day, and a 2-day, all around mental health awareness, mental health first aid. So that's how I got into it really. So 2 things. Firstly, how I got into instructing or training. And that was about corporate training, experience, just being in front of people really. And then the mental health aspect came later. So that's how I got to be here. So would I offer you any advice if you wanted to go into this? Well, 2 sides, as we said, training and mental health. My first piece of advice will be try it. Get yourself in front of people. Try and find opportunities to either voluntary. You could offer to run some sessions for colleagues at work if you're working. Give it a go, because actually you might not like it. You might love it. I get a great deal from it and I enjoy it hugely, but you might not like it. So it's better to give it a go first and find yourself some opportunities. It will be nerve-wracking. Naturally the adrenaline runs a little bit and you will feel a little bit on edge, but see how it goes. And if you like it, then think more seriously about what you're going to go into. But again, take every opportunity you can to get in front of a group, learn how people, learn how working with people in that kind of environment. When you're the person at the front, you're on show, and you're expected to respond to anything that goes on. If you find you like it, then think about your niche really. Think about what you would like to train in and make sure to build your knowledge in that area. You may already be very knowledgeable in some areas and actually find that you've already got the content and you just need to learn to deliver it in a specific format. But there's lots to learn about how to deliver. Get yourself on some training courses. One, to experience what it's like as a delegate, experience what's good and what isn't, what you enjoy, what engages you, and why did it engage you. Think about how the trainer or the facilitator or whoever's at the front of the course is actually running it. How do they keep you interested? How do they keep it moving? And what do they do to break it up? So learn some of the techniques. And then, of course, you can do training. You can go and train the trainer courses. There's a myriad of training courses out there which will help you to stand in front of a group, learn the skills, how to present, how to engage, etc. Also, there are obviously specific training courses training in specific subjects. As I said, the mental health first aid one that I undertook being one of those. But there's many, many more. You may want to train in technical subjects, sales skills, resilience, personal development, leadership. It goes on and on and on. It's a huge subject and wide. So think about that. Think about, how can I get some experience? How can I get in front of people? How can I pick up and learn the different techniques and different kind of sessions? And what niche would I like to go into? Can't cover everything. It's a physical impossibility. So think about what area you would like. Do you want to do something completely fresh, or do you want to use the skills or experience that you've already got? And then maybe go on a training course to go with it. So I hope that helps, and I wish you the best of luck.